how to never freeze up or forget your words again. This video is going to be less than 10 minutes long. If you cannot spend this much time of your life without distracting yourself, then stand up, go to the mirror and tell yourself you're a loser and leave this video. I'll not give you any fancy editing. Everything is written down, so listen to me, read it on the screen and stay focused. Let's begin. Let's say you're about to give a presentation. You're feeling good. Then boom, your mind goes blank. You're standing there frozen with every eye on you and second feel like hours. Your heart is pounding and all you can think is, I'm screwed. If that's ever happened to you, here's the harsh truth. It's going to keep happening unless you rewire your brain today. It can happen when you're speaking with girls or a group of friends as well. Here's what nobody tells you. Forgetting your words isn't a memory issue, it's a survival response. Your brain literally shuts down your ability to think when it senses social danger. It's the same fight or flight reaction your ancestors had when facing a predator, except now this predator is an audience staring at you, waiting for you to speak. Study shows that 75% of the people would rather experience physical pain than giving a speech. Read that again. People would rather break a bone than risk freezing up in front of others. It's crazy. That's how deep this fear runs. But here's what's even crazier. Your brain is actually tricking you into freezing. Let's break this down. The number one reason people freeze up, their brain panics and shut down logical thinking. Neuroscience proved that stress can reduce memory recall by up to 40%. A study from Harvard found that confident speakers recall information 30% faster than the nervous ones. In simple terms, the more afraid you are of freezing, the more likely you are actually going to freeze. And once that happens, it's game over. Your credibility gone, your confidence crushed, your audience disengaged. So either fix this now or keep living with this fear. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The times you stayed silent in a meeting because you were scared to mess up. The moment you held back an idea just in case you stumbled over your words. The gut wrenching feeling of wishing you had spoken up but didn't. And what happens next? Regret. You replay it in your head over and over and over, thinking, why didn't I just say something? And every time you freeze, it reinforces the belief that you are bad at speaking. And that's the biggest disbelief anyone can have. So the cycle continues. But today, the cycle ends. Here's the deal. If you're forgetting your words, it's not because you have bad memory. It's because your brain is running outdated software. So I'm about to give you 3 psychological hacks that will reprogram your brain and eliminate mental blocks forever. Number 1, the imperfect recall trick. How forgetting your words can actually make you look more confident. Number 2, the second brain technique. A foolproof way to retrieve your thoughts instantly. And number 3, the biggest one, the adrenaline override method, a counterintuitive strategy to force your brain into a high performing mood under pressure. Let's dive in. Now, before we dive into these secrets, you might be thinking, who the hell is this guy and why should I listen? Fair question. People call me the man who can make anyone confident, not because I have some fancy degree, not because I've spent years in some classroom, but because I've taken real people just like you, who were terrified of speaking, who thought that they were naturally shy, who believed confidence was something you're born with, and I turned them into the most confident and captivating person in any room that they walk into. I've trained speakers who went from being ignored to owning the room in minutes. I've helped entrepreneurs turn their pitches into money printing machine and leaders transform their words into weapon of influence. So this isn't fluff. It's not just confidence PS. This is psychological wear applied to confidence and charisma. Today, I am handing you the exact tools to make sure no one ever zones out when you talk again. Let's go. Remember, most people try to avoid freezing up, but the most powerful speakers, they use it to their advantage. Secret number 1, the imperfect recall trick. Here's what nobody tells you. Forgetting words doesn't make you look weak. Panicking does. Ever seen a comedian forget a joke? They laugh it off and say something like, wow, I had a really good point there, wish I could remember it, and keep going. And guess what? Audience eats it up. The more you cook, the audience is going to eat, because owning the moment makes you look even more confident. So next time your mind goes blank, do not panic. Take a deep breath, make a quick joke or comment about it, and move forward like it never happened. This one shift instantly changes how people see you. This is why I'm recording this video without any cuts. Let's say I make a mistake, I'm going to laugh it off. Maybe, let's see if it is happening. Secret number 2, the second brain technique. Your brain is unreliable under stress, but you do not need to rely on it. The world's top speaker don't remember every single word. Instead, they use a second brain, a physical or mental anchor that keeps them on track. Here's how. Anchor number 1, visual cues. Have 3 keywords written down that trigger your memory instantly. Like this presentation, it has 3 secrets. I can just remember them and talk on them without looking at anything. Number 2, physical movement. Tie sections of your speech to specific gestures. Let's say when you raise your hand, this is I'm going to talk about hair. Or position on stage. When I reach to the front, I'm going to look down in the audience and tone down. And tell them a secret about my life which I have never shared with anyone. Just do it. Anchor number 3, emotional connection. Link each key point to an emotion so your brain retrieves it faster. We are emotional beings. This is what differentiates us. And when you have anchors, freezing becomes impossible. Remember, your memory isn't the problem. Your lack of preparation for pressure is. Secret number 3, the adrenaline override method. Most people try to calm down before speaking. Big mistake, man. Why do you want to calm down? You cannot get rid of adrenaline, but you can control it. The best speakers don't try to suppress nervous energy, they convert it into power. Here's the exact process. Number 1, right before speaking, clench your fists hard for 5 seconds and then release. You'll be able to feel this energy. This tricks your brain into feeling more in control. Exhale longer than you inhale. If you're going to inhale for 3 seconds, see, it's that simple. There was silence there, but I still enjoy it. Okay, short inhales increase panic. Long exhales forces calm. Okay, number 3, move. Don't just sit there. Oh, I am panicking, so let's sit down on a chair. Don't do that, man. Pacing slightly at the start channels energy into motion instead of anxiety. So start moving. Take a look around the arena. Take a look at the people that you're going to talk to. Do this, and adrenaline goes from crippling you to fueling you. Okay, this should be common knowledge, but most people will never hear it. Now you have the advantage. I put everything we just covered plus extra few techniques inside a short, no BS document. Speak like a king, how to command any audience, anytime, anywhere. And if you're serious about eliminating mental blocks forever, go grab it now. It's free. It will be the first link in the description, or you can visit my website, theyogeshpandey.com, and you'll find it there. See you next time.